wanted to do a tutorial today on how to crop out applique or certain blocks that you don't want quilted in when you're doing an edge-to-edge quilt. So I thought it would be really fun on this Halloween quilt. It's by Meg Hockey of Crabapple Hill Designs, and let's see, this quilt is called Stitch Witch Spellbinders Quilt Show. It's really cute, so you should go check him out. So you can see that I've done some spider webs in the background blocks, and I don't want to quilt over the top of these cute embroidery blocks. I want to be able to custom those, and plus I'm also going to custom a few of the bigger blocks. So you can see that I have a block here that I'm going to custom, and there's another applique quilt. Okay, so first I'm going to show you on the screen. I've nested, rolled the quilt, and I have my full design on the screen. So if you want to look, if we go and show you all the blocks, here's what I quilted last time, and I had those areas cropped out. So I need to get rid of those pattern boxes. So I'm going to go into layout, select a single box, go over to the last one, and then I can just go ahead and minus out and delete the pattern boxes that don't have the design in it, my original pattern box. Okay, so now I have to create some pattern boxes for the quilt, the pass that we're doing now. So the easiest way for me is to go into our free motion, and then I'm going to go down to our block, and I'm going to go start here at the bottom. I can't go any further with my machine. And on the screen, we're going to push record. And then you can use a ruler if you want, or you can just take the machine and slowly follow the area that you want cropped. Now, I'm also cropping out this block, so we're going to go all the way to the top, then over, and then back down. Okay, then we're going to push the record to stop recording, and then we're going to push applique, and that just created a pattern box for that design. But I have two more that I need to create. So we're going to come back up here, do record, and then follow. And usually I will use a ruler, but since these are straight lines, and sometimes I'll even drop my needle. If you don't have a laser, I'll drop the needle and follow. Ooh. Then we're going to go back up. And then when I push record, and then when I push pattern box, it connects the top of that box. Okay, one more. Record. Okay, so now you can see that I have 4 pattern boxes. So if we go back, now we need to crop those out. But if you look right now, I have this pattern box here is the one that's selected. So if I go into edit, and if I try to go into crop, it's not going to work. I have to have my original pattern box selected. So we're going to go into, select a single pattern box, go back to my beginning pattern box with the design in it. Then if I want to see all the pattern boxes, I can click to see all the pattern boxes, but the one that's selected is my first pattern box. Then we're going to go into the crop icon and crop out all the pattern boxes we just created. And then we can go ahead and quilt that. Okay, so we just finished quilting out the row. You can see that it quilted everywhere except for the cropped out blocks. And then on the screen, I already went into edit and did an undo. Sorry, I didn't show you that. I got into my get this quilt done mode. So let's just show you how to nest. So we're just going to come down to the bottom part of the design so you guys can see. I'm just going to put my needle down, and then we're going to go back up into home and then to the hearts to nest the design. It says select and mark your nesting point. Well, I put my needle down, that's my nesting point. I'm going to say okay. It says roll the quilt, so I'm going to go ahead and roll the quilt. Okay, so we've rolled the quilt. My needle's still down in my nesting point. The first thing I'm going to do is make sure, I just wiggle the machine a little bit, make sure that I'm not pulling one way or the other, that it's more centered. And then on here it says roll the quilt. Check, we did that and moved to the nesting point. We're already there because our needle's down. Check mark. And then we have our design. And if you want, if you've set your spacing between the two rows before, then that's great. If you want, you can zoom in and say, let's just move that just a hair closer. And I'm just going to move the machine up just a little bit. You can see the design going closer and further away. So, and then just click OK. Now you're ready to quilt out that row, except we still have to do that same process of deleting the other pattern boxes and creating the new ones that you need for this. So I hope that'll help and you've enjoyed learning something a little bit different. If you want to see my videos when they first come out, then click on the subscribe button. Thanks.